Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the last video of the day, and I will be telling you exactly what's going on Twitter and how people are trying to paint Elon Musk as this bad guy, and of course, I don't think he's necessarily bad. Of course, we had some shaking points and concerns about Elon Musk happening at the beginning of everything, but it seems everything is okay for Elon Musk in this particular faction, mostly due to the fact that he's been doing everything good. So there's some questionable things who the people he was talking to, but so far everything's been going good. So yeah, let's get directly into it and see exactly what Elon Musk is doing. So, we're gonna find the right one here. So, we have the very first one here. Oh my, I look very red. It says, Elon Musk has discussed putting all of Twitter behind a paywall. So, this is not really the truth here. He has never mentioned once that Twitter was going to go behind a paywall. He has mentioned only that the people for verified status are going to have to pay for verification, not actually through paying through. Not actually have to pay to use all of Twitter. That would be insane, that would be stupid, that would actually kill Twitter in itself. And I think Elon Musk knows that, and I'm pretty sure he's not stupid enough to actually do that, so this is another lie. Of course, this is The Verge, so we all have to question The Verge and a lot of these far left-wing sites because they're usually not trustworthy, for the most part. So let's go on to say, Friday brought massive layoffs to Twitter. Monday brought fresh evidence that the company will never be the same. You could say the same thing for Facebook, which they lost, where they laid off 11,000 employees. My bad, not 75,000, but 11,000. So you could say the same thing for them. Platformer has learned. Meanwhile, the company is scrambling to lure back employees who laid it off mere hours ago, and some workers say the economics behind its choosing to relaunch Twitter Blue subscription could actually cost the company money. Well, I don't think it will. I think actually it's going to make the company gain money, because here's the thing. You can't cost the company to lose money when you're putting it behind a paywall for only verification and verification only. So people that want to have verified status or whatever, or have the career stuff like that, or similar things to what I'm doing, they'll pay for it, which is only a net gain to Twitter, not a loss. Besides, the Twitter activists, employee activists that were trying to cancel and remove all advertisers from Twitter specifically, yeah, let's just say that was going on behind the scenes with the Twitter employees and taking advertisers out of the company, which was making them lose more money than this ever would. After all of this took place against backdrop of a company that still has yet to hear anything from official from Musk via email or company-wide meeting as of Monday began after losing thousands of their colleagues daily earlier, blah, 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 blah. Don't care about this. Let's just go into the direct main things here that they're talking about. The botch. Friday's layoffs have been brutal for all involved, including those involved in planning them. Yep, so same with Facebook and Meta, so not any different here. Many of them who themselves lost their jobs, while the process ferry team, some managers were asked to submit to Musk's team 2 sentences about all of their direct reports, one sentence explaining what the employee did, and one sentence justifying their continued employment at Twitter. You are like this, better be a fucking good sentence. One person asked to write such a list told me. Yeah, by the way, guys, here's the thing. When people say things, especially what I try to do my very best on this channel, when I say things, I try to put them up when people actually mention this stuff, because it's kind of a big deal. You don't want to be labeled as somebody that is spreading misinformation or what have you. So what I try to do on this channel, I try my very best to give, when people actually say things, I either try to put them in quotes, or I actually show them actually saying this stuff, because there you have it. And here's another thing. When I don't know if that's actually truth or not, I will say specifically, there's not enough information out there. We have to wait to see what's really out there, because I don't know, and I'm not going to blast somebody for saying something, but whether it's left or right, that they said this, because it was mentioned. You, The Verge, have not said this. You have one person asked to write such a list told me. Well, you need to give us that list. You have to give us that person's or some type of name or avatar, so we know what you're talking about, who you actually said this. Because otherwise, this is just a he said, she said type of deal, and how can I actually believe you? Some teams were cut more than others. Several were wiped out entirely. As it turned out, though the company went too far, I don't think it did. I think it did exactly what it was. Because, again, the Twitter employees did this again to themselves. They didn't really, he didn't just fire them off a whim. The Twitter employees talked to the advertisers withdrew, those Twitter lost millions of dollars within day after day, and that ended up getting themselves fired because the Twitter can't no longer support their money or income. No, here's the thing, guys, and I think all of you guys know, if you're making $4 to $5 million, give or take, and you're paying people even into the realm of hundreds of thousands of dollars, etc., for a yearly, that is quite a few employees, correct? You can hire quite a few employees for that amount of money for $4 million. That's for surplus or whatever other company stuff that you would have, right? So obviously you could hire that. However, if you lose that $4 million or $5 million, guess what happens? You end up firing a lot of those employees because you can no longer pay their actual salary. So what you do is you either negotiate salary cuts to where you have to cut back their salary to a minimum amount of point to where they can't function in where they are, or you fire them / lay them off, and that's what happens to yourself when you can't support it. So they did this to themselves. This is their fault. I don't really have any lack of empathy when they actually crush themselves. I do feel bad for people that do get laid off. I know a few friends that got laid off that was not really any of their fault. It's just they just got laid off. The company just couldn't make the profits. They didn't have enough profits to pay them, so some people had to be laid off. Understandably so. This is what happens in the real world. We're not living in a fantasy. So, it goes on to say, sorry to everybody on the weekend, but I wanted to pass along that we have the opportunity to ask folks that we were left off. They will come back. I need to put together names and national notes by 4 p.m. PST. Sunday on one message from a manager to employees read. Well, okay, great. We're going to go on to a bit more because I have a lot more stuff to go through, and I don't want this video to be exceptionally long like my other past videos have been. I understand that people kind of want more shorter form content, and others will have longer. Obviously, I don't want this to be a really big form of a long video in general, because I've had very long videos this week. The two Twitters. As the day began at Twitter, there were essentially two groups at the company. One employee told me those working on projects that Musk has been deeply involved in, such as the revamped Twitter Blue subscription and everyone else. The couple of teams that are on his pet projects are doing 20-hour days. One employee told me, but the majority of the company is kind of just sitting around, no chain of command, no priorities, no organization chart, in many cases, no idea who your manager team is. Who is saying this, and give us the actual full proof of this is happening, because I want to know. To learn what they're supposed to do, employees looked to some unusual sources after an employee of celebrities and high-profile accounts began to impersonate him. Musk announced a new policy via tweet that anyone found out impersonating someone else would be permanently banned without warning. Yes, which was a normal Twitter type of thing to begin with. They all even go along with the Blue disaster. By the day's end, I'm told at least some teams have begun to hold meetings in which employees were informed who their managers are, what their organization charts look like, and what their priorities will be. But several employees I spoke with were still wrestling with one overreaching question. Do Musk and his team have any idea what they're doing? I think they do, and I think there's a lot of evidence here that has shown that they are doing things just correctly. And the Twitter employees tried to sell Musk and Sachs on the idea of asking business accounts to pay for extra features, which has been proven already. So, what we're going to go through here is some of the people that's been going on. We're going to go to Eric Gleeman over here that says, surprise! The world's most innovative companies are investing more on Twitter than ever. Triumph customers, which includes a cross-section of the U.S.'s fastest-growing startups, increased spend at Twitter by 18% in the 7 days post-acquisition 10/27. Google grew 3.4%, and Facebook fell 8%. So look at that, boys. Change in ad spend before and after Twitter acquisition by transaction volume. Twitter online ads, Google ads, and Facebook ads. Twitter all ads are almost up 18%. So you actually see that there. And then Google ads are pretty low, and Facebook ads are even lower than that. So, because, again, Facebook's not doing well along with Meta. So that makes sense. So, yeah, Facebook fell 8%. He goes on to say that this data comprises 10 billion anonymized aggregated business transaction volume each year by Ramp customers. These businesses tend to grow faster than the U.S. average and optimize towards efficient channels. In November, Twitter is emerging as a winner. He goes on to say, Twitter usage is at an all-time high, and data shared by Elon Musk makes that clear for anyone to see publicly. More users and engagement means more advertising inventory for Twitter to sell, and more attention on the platform broadly. Elon Musk has seen this sharp increase since he's taken over, a sharp increase of ad revenue, etc., etc. Especially in lean times, companies will chase profitable advertising spend wherever it exists. Facebook and Google ad spend is down in Q3 compared to Q2. So it goes on by Ramp. 5. Facebook versus Google. Facebook ad spend cut by 22.6% between Q2 and Q3 of this year, while Google only dropped 7.6%. Google could speak to the relative performance of each platform. Performance marketers typically cut their least efficient spend first. So we can see here Google ads, negative 22, FedEx 4.9, negative 22. So a lot of these companies are not doing so good. Aspen Web Services are up 12%. Negative 6% for Amazon, negative UPS is 17%, LinkedIn 4% up, Apple negative 14%, and Google Cloud Platform negative 14%, and 37%, and Delta Airlines 1.5 and 54. So obviously these things are up, not going down, not up. Well, it seems like Twitter is going up. Twitter ads success is coming amidst a large pullback in ad spending across our portfolio, down 32% in Q3. Fees and financial institution spending, think interest, and financial charges jumped by 13%. This is the most thorough and interesting spending report we've released so far at Triumph. 59 pages of real-time insights informed by property spending data. The full report is available for free right here. And Elon Musk even goes on to say, Twitter is growing super fast. I hope it continues. Yeah, so it seems like it's going so good so far. And we have here that with Niche Gamer, even has gone on to say, layouts at Twitter eliminated politics from Japanese Twitter trends, which is now dominated by anime and video games. Users now suspect trends were created to push politics. And Elon Musk replies with a smiling face with glasses, and he goes to say, actual fun stuff, FTW, aka for the win. It goes, and it even seems to go that they're going to push out more insanity. They're saying Elon Musk took over a struggling business with Twitter and has quickly made it worse. Well, that doesn't make quite a lot of sense, considering the fact that it seems that Japanese Twitter is doing quite well. The world's innovative companies are investing more in Twitter than ever, so that's been good. And it seems that Gundam and anime replaced rapid politics and Japanese trends, which seems that Gundam and other entertainment have replaced politics on Japanese Twitter trends after new owner Elon Musk laid thousands of employees at the company. The layouts included the Twitter curation team, which at least one Japanese journalist has attributed to this change from politics to entertainment on the team's desolation. Business Insider Japan writer Akiko Takeshita explained that normally her and her colleagues create content to be pushed to Twitter, and that the creation team would ensure a moment is created. These moments were featured alongside Twitter trends to highlight current events and news coverage. So, this is going massively for Twitter on Japanese Twitter, to a good point, mind you. And this is showing that a lot of these companies, a lot of these social media sites, or not social media sites, are worried that are making up lies about Musk and about how bad Twitter is doing. They're trying to sprout out these lies to make Twitter thinks that it's going bad, but it's really not. They want the control of the narrative, and they're losing it, and now they're freaking out. It's hilarious. I love that the way where Twitter is going. All great things are happening right now. Even though some people say that the election was not good, obviously I think a lot of people expected it to be better, but it was still a win regardless as for right now, and we'll see what comes on to the later in days, alright? Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Can't wait for it. You guys have been amazing so far, and I'll see you next one, and I'll see you later. Take care.